How's everybody doing this morning? Oh, but what's going on? Danny, what is going on, brother? Fred, what's going on, man? How's everybody doing? Hey, Danny, I know I said I was going to smoke a Padron today, but I thought of you, man, and was looking through my humidor. Most of my stock is pretty young, so I was like, man, I ain't going to pull it out and smoke it today. But then I looked through a random box of H-Up and Magnum 46s. I got some miscellaneous stuff in there, like a Partagas Calibra. Then I had a couple of Cohiba Robusto, so that's what I ended up going with today is the Cohiba Robusto that a good friend of mine sent over to me. So, Arnold, what's going on, man? And this one's a little bit over 2 years, so it's smoking pretty good. All the other stuff I got floating around like a year and a half. So I look at it and want to smoke it, but I'm like, man, I just need to wait, take my time, and be patient with these things. I got enough New World cigars to smoke through. MD Spider, what's going on? Non-Cubans, I don't really ever really worry about it because they usually do a pretty good job of aging them before they bring them to market. But Cuban cigars are usually just as soon as they're rolled, they're ready to go. So it's not uncommon to get boxes of Cuban cigars that are well under or a year old or a little bit under a year. So I would say my Cubans, I like them. Like Bolivars are my favorite Cubans. I like those around that 2 or 3 year mark, or at least I feel like they're pretty smokable then. But I got some Royal Coronas. They're just barely a year old, and I was looking at that this morning. I was like, I'm a wait, man. I just need to wait on those. I don't want to waste the investment. But Cuban cigars, I think after a couple years, most of them are good. You can get with some Trinidad's, Partagas Series D's. There's a few other ones that smoke pretty good when they're younger too, but for the most part, they need a little time. Arnold was going. Yeah, man, that's the plan. I don't know if it's going to be today or next week. It's going to depend on the mailman if that happens. If the mailman comes today, then we'll probably end up doing something tonight or this evening. If not, then it'll probably be next week sometime. Jerome, what's going on, brother? Man, I got off work today and I got some pretty good sleep. So probably not too much, man. I'm gonna hang around the house. They're still finishing up painting and probably got about another couple of days before they're done painting the house. So I'll probably be sitting around until I have to go pick my son up around 4 or 5 o'clock this evening. So I'm sure a couple of cigars will be in there. I need to try to catch up on some reading for this promotional exam I got coming up in July. So that's probably most of the day will be spent hanging around the house. I saw your first video, man, too, and congratulations on that. Glad to see another brother doing some cigar reviews with some credibility and some knowledge, man. So, my word of advice to you is just keep going. Repetition is going to be what's going to help you out the most. The first video is always the hardest. Danny at Puff Puff Cigars, he does cigar reviews too, and pretty sure that any content creator will be able to tell you, like the first video is always the hardest because I feel like not only are you thinking about the other people critiquing you, but you're critiquing yourself too. I remember I had my first video, the footage was recorded for a long. I had the footage recorded, and it took me about a week to finish, finally finish editing the film. And my wife was looking at me, was like, "Are you just gonna put it out?" So I finally did, and huge stress reliever after that. Everything went fine. So just keep doing it, man. And then you find your niche too. I was gonna also tell you, that's gonna come with repetition too. You're gonna find how long you want your videos to be, the particular format. How so I have a format that I go. It's pretty much a format. If you look at all my videos, or Lee Mack will have a format, or Tim at Cigars Daily has a format. Cigar Obsession has a format. Everybody has a format. Danny at Puff Puff has a format. So just the repetition is gonna help you. Yeah, this one's smoking really good. Draw has been good. So, oh yeah, I don't know if everybody knew. So I finally got the perfect draw tool, man. Thanks to some donations. So I finally got one. So I'm not gonna be the butt of the jokes anymore. Ventez is one of the guys that helped make that possible, and A-Rod too, man. Shout out to both of y'all for got me a perfect draw, man. What's going on, Vintez? What you got going on today? I've been thinking about doing it too. Hey man, Jerome, I'm gonna say like it's room for everybody, man. It really is room for everybody. If that's something that you really are passionate about doing, and like I said, because I know you keep up with a lot of content, so to me, you're an aficionado, man. So if that's something you really are interested in doing, I would say do it. I think first and foremost, like most of the people I watch are just everyday regular people too. So it's nice because you don't have to feel like you have to be like some sort. You have to have some sort of personality or be some kind of celebrity or something to be a cigar reviewer. And so I feel like that's why I gravitated towards the Lee Mags, like the High Desert Mans, the people like that, because it's nice to see normal people doing things like this, and then it makes like I was just solely a viewer before September of last year too, and I said and thought about it, I was like, man, I could do it too. So I'd like to see you do a channel, Jerome. I say I know you like I know the cigars that you like when you mention them, so you have a good palate. Thomas, what's going on? Good morning, man. Keep another cigar review today for Juneteenth. That's gonna be cool. Uh, yeah, Fred, where are you at, man? I know I feel like you've said it in that video, or you've told me before. Where are you from? You're gonna need this on those kids, man. I know, Danny. But you know what? So the samplers that I've had, the samplers that I've had have all come from Monte Fortuna. Danny's really he knows a lot about Monte Fortuna too, and I was even mentioning that in the cigar review one day, man. Lately, I mean, it's like since I started reviewing cigars, I had knock on wood, I haven't really had any bad luck with Cubans, man. But before then, man, some of those Cubans, the draws would be terrible, and but I was gonna say that's just been wild. Like it's like when I open the samplers up to get ready to review a cigar, I'm like, all right, which damn cigar is gonna be the one out of this pack that's just gonna have a plug draw and just be terrible? And so far, nothing's been that bad. So knock on wood, hopefully it stays that way. That's what's up, Ventez. Hey, I am too. Chaz, what's going on, man? Yeah, he was the first person I sent the screenshot to when I ordered it off Amazon and showed that the order was confirmed. He was the first person I sent. Good morning, Adam. How you doing, man? Yeah, Jerome. I'm a regular guy. I like the regular guys. I don't like the celebrity outlook or if you're out in public and you speak to them, they almost give you that look like, why are you speaking to me? I don't like that either. I like the regular people. T-shirt that sound like a plan, man. What kind of rum you gonna be drinking on? That's right, Fred. You and Dallas, man. That's not too far from me. About 5 or 6 hours. If I ever get in that area, I'm gonna be hitting you up, man. Andre, what is going on? Mr. Crowder, what's going on, brother? About to start trying the Fuente line of cigars. Which one do you recommend? The Hemingway is always a good line, like the short stories and things like that. But really, for me, if I'm buying a lot of Fuente cigars, I usually typically gravitate towards the Añejo lineup. But that's just because I prefer that flavor profile mixed in with the Dominican binder and filler. I'm not a huge Dominican tobacco lover, but when it's mixed with like some Connecticut broadleaf or some nice Nicaraguan tobacco, I usually can do that. That's why I think I'm not the biggest Opus X fan there is out there. Like I've said it to James before too. I'm not a I don't think they're bad cigars. I think they're good cigars, but I don't understand the cult following behind it or the price point that they're trying to charge for them. That's all. That's my only gripe with them. Robert, what's going on? Good morning, man. How new are you into cigar smoking, and what specific questions do you have? Between me and some people in this chat, we'll be able to try to get you straight. Diplomatico Reserve will be pairing with Mombacho Diplomatico. I did not like that cigar, T-shirt guy, but like you said, there's mixed reviews. But then again, I just think I'm not a big Mombacho fan. So there's another one that Lee sent me not too long ago, the Bocata something. It was okay, man, but I don't think I liked it as much as him, Mark, or Hyacinth on Meet in the Middle show. Um, I know it's gonna sound bougie. The only one that I actually cared for was the Kosasha, which is like a $20 cigar and it's real limited. But I don't know. I think if the tobacco is aged a little bit different in them, I'm not sure. But that's the only Mombacho that I would even buy like on a regular basis. But yeah, I had the Diplomatico. I wasn't a huge fan. Curtis, what's going on, man? Fred, I definitely let you know. And that's another thing too, y'all. Cigar Head TV, Fred. He literally just got his cigar review channel off the ground, man. So if y'all want to go check him out, like I said, I'm always a huge supporter of everybody that's jumping in, man. I think it's only better for the cigar community as a whole because Fred knows people that I don't know, just like I know people Fred doesn't know. So, and then if you mix the crowds together and get everybody to support each other, that's how you grow and that's how you strengthen the community. So y'all go make sure to check out Cigar Head TV. Had a couple of Opus X and they were good, but I'm not running to get. Yeah, that's why I think they're good cigars. I don't think they're bad cigars. I even bought a Opus X Shark the other day, $20 cigar. I like the Añejo Shark, so I may even do a video where I compare the two and give flavor notes on that. But it's like I'll buy them, man, but I'm not going to spend no 40, 50, 60, $100 on no damn cigar. Just started at the beginning of this year. What do you feel like you need, or you have questions on, or what do you feel like you need help with? Absolutely love Diesel branded cigars. There's a few Diesels I like. Camacho Corojo, your opinion? I'm not a big Camacho. I'm not a big newer Camacho fan. I like the older stuff. When they got bought out by Davidoff, a lot of their stuff has really, I don't know. You can tell it's a difference in it. I'm not a huge fan. Yeah, Jerome. So Jerome, I got two former drink refrigerators and just converted those over to humidor. So what I did was they actually have a really good seal on them. I don't plug them in because if you plug them in, the cooler will dry the cigars out. But I got one set up with some beads that came from a previous cooler door that a friend gave me. They're set at 62 or 63. And then the other ones just has a couple of the big 320 gram Bovedas in there, and they hold fine, man. They probably get I get them. They get anywhere from 62 to 65, 66. So they stay right where I want them to. If I feel like my cigars are a little bit too humid, I'll go in and pick something out and let it sit out for a day or so, and it's usually fine. Hell yeah, T-shirt. Yeah, it's life is too short to smoke bad cigars. Hell, Danny will tell you too, man. He'll put some shit down too if it ain't tasting good. If it ain't good, man, it ain't good. So that's another thing too. I was talking to a good friend about the other day too. So you guys know how big I am on the Supreme Leaf. Well, I was out here on a Zoom call the other day, just a group Zoom call, to let my dog out in the backyard, and he usually run around, use the bathroom, whatever, and he'll come to the door. Well, after a little bit, he didn't come to the door, so I saw him running around. I'm like, what the hell is he doing, man? So I went out, and one of the painters had left one of the fences open, so he got out in the neighborhood, had to go track him down for about 20 minutes. And so it kind of just, and already it was, I think maybe some other stuff I had that day, maybe some stuff I was eating. It was good, but it wasn't as good as it normally is. And then, I came back in after chasing him around, started smoking it. It got a little bit over halfway, and cigar just wasn't doing it for me. I just ended up throwing it out and going to bed, man. So it happens, man. Appreciate that, Danny. Yeah, you definitely check him out, man. He's got his first video up. I think he said he was gonna work on his second one too. I do like the eye of the shark too, especially when it's at what the price it should be. That cigar is retailed around $13, $14. I've seen some stores trying to charge $30 for. So it's just like that's what frustrates me too. You see these stores or these shops, and they're just trying to take advantage of the people that are patronizing the store. I agree, Jerome. Yeah, definitely. That won't be too hard, Fred. Ecuadorian Habano is really popular. That won't be too hard. I want to say actually a good one for you, that if you haven't had any experience with Ecuadorian Habano, but you want a really good one that's affordable and pretty readily available, try to look up the Espinosa Habano. If you could find it in Lancero, I would say that, but all of them are pretty solid. Had a really nasty cigar, it wouldn't stay lit, wasn't tasting good either. Yeah, sometimes you don't force the issue. Yeah, don't force the issue. And it, like I said, the Supreme Leaf right now is still my favorite cigar. I'm hearing really good things about the Aladino Cameroon. So, I was gonna mention that too. Well, I did mention it earlier, but so it pretty much is going to depend on the mailman. If the mailman brings my package today on time, probably this evening, me and James from Black Line Luxuries will be doing a live cigar review for the Aladino Cameroon. If not tonight, it'll be some point next week. Another cigar I'm really, really excited about. I've become a real big fan of the Aladino lineup. I think they put out a really good, high quality product, and so I'm excited about this. Nobody here locally has them, so James did the honors of sending me one over, and so we're gonna do a live review. He smoked one already, and he was a really big fan of what he had so far. But you already know me; I'm gonna be unbiased, man. If I feel like it ain't for me, then I'm gonna tell y'all. He'll give you his flavor notes. So just a way to interact with you guys some more too. I don't know if locally that the Cameroon is available where y'all are, and also I was gonna mention Aladino has a what the hell is that, man? I think it's a Habano vintage. I want to make sure I get my facts straight. Uh, yes, it's Aladino is going to be coming out with a Habano wrapper vintage. I think the cigar's already aged 5 or 6 years. Yeah, it's happened, Thomas. Hell, I'm a big Padron guy, and I've had Padrones before that you just know the standard which they perform at, and then some of them just they're good still, but they're just not what they normally are. So it's Fred, is that a cigar from Ezra Zion? That sounds like an Ezra Zion cigar. I haven't had the Prize Fighter yet. Cigar Authority talks about Aladino all the time. They're good. That's another thing. So Aladino's like HVC, right? So these are companies that are really on the smaller scale, probably producing under 500,000 cigars a year, and they're putting out a really good product. So Aladino is Julio Eroa. He's Christian Eroa's brother. Steeped in tradition, great farms putting out great tobacco, and it's a great product. Now, Jerome, have you had the Aladino Corojo Reserve? If you haven't, in the Robusto, oh my God. Mike, what's going on, man? How long did it take you to develop your palate to where you knew what you were smoking? I've been smoking 5 years now. I'd probably say probably in the last year and a half, 2 years, probably started really honing in on flavor notes and being really confident in what I'm tasting. I mean, for the first year or two, right? So you're smoking. I get the basic stuff like wood or something. If something tasted a little sweet or sour or something like that, I could pick up that. But it took a couple years. It took a couple years to get a lot of stuff down. It took a couple years for me to get my palate defined. I still don't feel like it's that good, but I feel like it's a lot better than where I was at first. It took me quite a while to retro hell. It just took some time, but I didn't mind the time because I knew that cigars was something I was going to stick with. So I was willing to do that. DJ Vibes was good. Jerome Aladino Corojo Reserva. The Reserva is so it's the only Aladino that has a tissue paper on the foot. Yeah, it's the only one. I was smoking in Robusto. They have a Toro and they have a Corona. I think the Robusto is where it's at. Aladino Corojo Reserva. They're gonna run you about $11 to $12 for fantastic cigar though. Looking forward to jumping on the Supreme League. I was about to say, I know somebody was mentioning that. I am too, man. I'm gonna probably buy a box or two. I'm gonna probably buy a couple of boxes of that sight unseen. Sight unseen. Yeah, that'll be out at sometime in July. If I were a bed man, I would say it's gonna probably be in the middle of the month. I agree, Fred. Charter Oak is a very good cigar. The Maduro is going to be offered or is offered in the summer showdown sampler. I think that's a great cigar too. Great cigar that's not going to kill your pockets. Herbie, good morning, man. I appreciate that. I'm gonna be working tomorrow, but I'll be able to have Sunday off, so I'm gonna enjoy that. But you have a good weekend too, man. Hopefully, you get to smoke you some good cigars in there. Yeah, James probably gonna try to hoard all the boxes for me too. He gonna have a problem though. Tom, what is going on? How you doing? Also, really looking forward to the new HVC that's coming out. They're doing the 500th anniversary in a Corona size, or it's like a 5 3/4 by 46 or something like that. Really big fan of the regular Vitola. That's more so the size of a. It's actually the same size as a Cohiba Siglo 6, which is probably arguably one of the most popular cigars or Cuban cigars. You got the Cohiba Siglo 6, Bahiques, of course. There's some Partagas that are pretty popular, but I would say the Siglo 6 is up there. Good morning, Prudence. How you doing? Providers. Yeah, they got the short Robusto. That's supposed to be a Privada exclusive cigar. I'm sure that'll be good too. Arnold, have you smoked it yet, or are you just sitting on it from the monthly package? I'd be interested to see. And if you have smoked it, if you smoked the regular one, I'd be interested to see flavor note comparisons. What you think the difference is? Because I was about to say, even though I like smaller ring gauge cigars, I feel like sometimes the smaller ring gauges don't work out the best. Sometimes, like so for example, the Aladino Corojo Reserva that me and Jerome were just talking about, I feel like the Robusto is spot on where it needs to be. It's fantastic. Toro, it's like they're not bad cigars, but they're just not as good. The Toro's not as good, and the Corona, which is a smaller cigar, is not as good either. I'm sitting on it right now. So what you should do, Arnold, a few of the OG HVC. Have you already smoked the OG 500, or you just been sitting on those too? I think what would be cool if you would do it or be interested in doing it, you just have you a day and smoke one first, wait a few hours, like a day you're off work or outside in the yard or grilling or something. Smoke the first one, and then smoke the short version and see what you think. Okay, you already smoked it. Is there an idea to have an idea of strength of a cigar without a description? That's gonna be pretty hard because stuff is really so a lot of people have the misconception that just because a cigar is dark, it means it's gonna be stronger, but that's not necessarily true. So a lot of times, even if unless you know the blends, like even if somebody will tell you, all right, this has a um Ecuadorian Habano wrapper, Nicaraguan binder, Nicaraguan filler, like it tells you something, but you don't know how much Ligero is in there. You don't know how much Viso or Seiko is in there. Like you don't know. So really up until you smoke the cigar, you're not, and then strength is very subjective too. So I smoke 4 to 6 cigars a day. So my tolerance will probably be a lot higher than somebody that smokes one cigar a week. So I might grab a Supreme Leaf and think it's medium, maybe low side of medium to full. Somebody that smokes the one cigar a week, it might blow the back of their head off. So it just depends. But for the most part, everybody in here is pretty frequent with cigar smoking. But it still is going to be subjective too. I get people that comment all the time. It might be something that's medium to me, and everybody be like, "Man, it was full, pretty much full for me as far as strength goes." So, Fred, there's two 50th anniversaries. You can get the Big Hammer, which is a $50 cigar, great cigar too, by the way, in Maduro and natural. Or you can do the Family Reserve 50-year in Maduro or natural, and that cigar is around $27. It just depends. So the Family Reserve 50th is like a Robusto size, and then the Big Hammer is like a 6.5 by 52 or something. It's a bigger cigar. Yeah, Arnie, you have to let me know that when you do that, man. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on it. Ricky with CAO says 1 more year of the Amazon Basin line. Really enjoyed those, dude. I smoked the Orellano for the first time a couple days ago, and you can ask James. I texted him and said, "Do you still have any? I want a box if you do." I thought that cigar was very good. Or hell, I would say it's elite. Like off the record, that's a low 90 cigar for me. I smoked the Amazon Basin, and that cigar will probably be around the mid 80s. It was an average cigar, but the Orellano, man, that's another cigar I'm kind of sad to see. But I tell you guys that all the time. I'm so far behind on a lot of cigars, or I'll wait so long to smoke the cigar. So that's another cigar that I was kind of sad that I waited too long to smoke. But as long as I can squeeze me in a box or two, I think I'll be okay. What's going on, William? Chance was just mentioning CA or Ricky Rodriguez with CAO was mentioning that they're only going to do 1 more year of the Amazon Basin, and that's one of the lines I just people spoke about them, but I just never really picked them up, man. Finally smoked the Amazon Basin, which I thought was average. And then I smoked the Orlano, which I thought was fantastic. Great cigar. It had really good cedar notes on it, good citrus notes on it. It was just a, and on a lot of cigars, you guys know the first and second thirds will be really good, but you'll have a huge drop off in that last third. That Orlano kept his foot on the gas the whole time. I was really impressed with it. You sound like me, Robert. When I first got into smoking, I smoked a lot of Perdermos too. If you haven't tried the double aged Connecticut, that's a very good cigar. It's a little pricey, it's about $11 or $12, but it's a really good Connecticut. That's one of the first cigars I got a really good caramel note on. Of course, their 20th anniversary still good. I don't buy a lot of Perdermo cigars now, but I don't. That's not me thinking that they're bad cigars, but just the way that other people blend tends to hit my palate a little bit better. And you'll see the longer you smoke, you'll kind of hone in on what you prefer. You might like other stuff, but then you'll have a little bit of a preference. Like some people prefer Maduro wrap, some people prefer Habano, some people prefer Corojo, some people prefer Cubans. So you'll pick up on that. I would just, and the number one thing I would just say is smoke everything. Don't really get caught up in just smoking Maduros or infused or anything. Smoke everything. Try to smoke everything. William, what size did you get? Did you get the Lancero or did you get the Brimstone or did you get the Toro? Because my two favorite ones are the top rung, which is the Lancero, and the Brimstone, which is the Figurado. I think both of those are good. Yeah, definitely, Robert. Just smoke everything. Don't get caught up in listening to people at the lounge and, oh man, this is what I smoke. That's cool. That's what you smoke, but I'm gonna smoke some stuff and see what I like. So, Tom, the only thing I can think about on the difference between the Maduro, double Maduro, and triple Maduro is, so like the Camacho triple Maduro is Maduro involved in everything. The wrapper has a Maduro leaf, the binder has a Maduro leaf, and the filler has Maduro leaf in it. That's what I'm assuming. Some cigars have double binders and stuff too that get a little tricky, but I think for the most part, like on the Camacho triple Maduro, they're letting you know like every component of this cigar has Maduro in it. I smoked lot 23s a lot too when I first started. Uh, it was in the sampler. In my sampler, I didn't have a Jacob's ladder in my sampler. What sampler? What sampler are you talking about? That's another one, man. I think the CAO flatheads are very good. The ring gauge is just too big for me though. But I think they're good cigars though. Smoked the first Padron 1926, not the 80 year Wednesday. It was good. Oh yeah. So if I'm not smoking the 80 year, the only other 26 I smoke is the number 2, the Bellicoso. Very, very intense flavor. Not for the faint of heart. If you're beginning, I would say, unless you got a background in cigarette smoking or you just like stout stuff, I would say steer clear of Padron for right now. I'd say get your palate a little bit more developed where you can recognize stuff, because that Padron's gonna hit you pretty hard. Unless you're Mystical Gin, of course. Then your first cigar is a 1964 Padron. But I think the 1926 punches a little harder than the 64. Jerome, I was the same way. I was kind of the guy that my first cigar was very mild. My very first cigar was mild. But then I started smoking Liebes, my father's, Padrones, some other stuff too, Neanderthals. I smoked some stout stuff too, but like you, I still like stronger cigars, but I've gated it back. Like at one point, it was like, I just won't fool. I won't fool. Whatever's strong. But then I realized, and that's probably what helped my palate out too, I started smoking a lot of other things. William, I mean, sometimes it can, but at the same time, I don't get cedar on every cigar. It's usually certain wrap cigars. And then when I do taste cedar, I don't feel like it's overwhelming. So it probably does a little bit, just naturally being in that environment and interacting with that wood. But you probably will get more of an influence on something that doesn't have cellophane on it. Probably, even though the cellophane is porous and it still can allow humidity to get in there, it's not going to happen as quick as something that doesn't have cellophane on it. So it probably has a little bit to do with it. I wouldn't say it probably alters it all the way, but I think it could. Agreed, Chaz. That's the only one that I smoke to, and I still don't buy that. I still don't buy that all the time. If you're not used to Padron, that's something like I said. People are gonna disagree. They're gonna say, well, they should smoke whatever. That's true, but at the same time, for me, I feel like I need to be an advocate. I like cigar smoking, so I want people that are joining in and just starting to like cigar smoking too. You're not gonna enjoy it if your first few cigars you feel like shit, your head's spinning, you're sweating. You're gonna be like, I don't know why people smoke cigars. So I think you should. I think that's the misconception because people are like, well, everybody always recommends Connecticut's and stuff like that. I think they're doing it subconsciously to try to wean them into cigar smoking. They don't just want to throw them in on something. So that's why that's why I say I don't necessarily recommend Connecticut's, because if you look at my top 5 videos that I did 8 months ago, all the cigars in there weren't Connecticut. So it just depends, man. Like I said, Eric, my video guy, he's been a cigar smoker for over 20 years. So I already knew I had to give him Padrones or Supreme leaves and stuff to get at least where he could taste things, because he's just used to nicotine and menthol cigarettes, so he just doesn't taste most Connecticut's. But yeah, you're gonna either be. I love Padrones too, man. I'm gonna smoke a Padron today too. Danny over at Puff Puff Cigars was smoking a Padron, and I saw that this morning when I was on Instagram. I said I'm gonna have me a Padron today too. John, what's going on, brother? I don't know if you were in there the other chat or not. Maybe you were. I finally got me a perfect draw. Not gonna need it for this Cuban though. Cohiba's performing perfectly. This is on point today. First cigar too, so taste buds right. My head swims a lot. Not always though. Can you mitigate that? What I used to do all the time, I would keep whatever candy bar you like. I'm gonna tell you a candy bar that people sleep on that's really good with cigars is a Heath bar. It's a toffee and chocolate bar. Those are good. Snicker bar. Just keep you some kind of candy around you and water. That's what I would do. Like if I walked into a B&M and if I know I'm gonna be there for a couple hours, I'll just keep a candy bar on me. That way, start feeling a little weak or something like that, I eat that to raise your blood sugar back up. Yeah, Thomas, I'm gonna get around to smoking that. I've wrote it down in my book. I'll get around to that Blanco. Yeah, this is hitting real well this morning. I don't even know if this will show. I was gonna show y'all too. I don't know how well this is gonna show. It's not gonna show. I'd have to have my lights off. Trying to show y'all the codes that's on these Cohibas. Because this one is reading CHB 169. That's a good. You can't legit check all. I mean, all Cubans are going to be hard, but your Monte Cristos and your Cohibas have things on the band to help you authenticate them. I agree with Kenneth too. I don't drink much soda, but yeah, that will help get your sugar up too. Dr. Pepper, Coke, anything like that. Make sure you keep stuff like that around you. It's been a long time. I remember what a back rat was. I smoked one. It's been a long time though, Fred. I haven't had one in a long time. Man, I got some bad news on the Supreme Leaf I ordered. It's now listed as back order. I don't know if I should cancel it. I talked to Aganorsa today. They sent a message that they are that size for a while. Damn, man, that sucks. See, and that's what I wonder too. I wonder, and they had those 4 boxes mentioned on their website, if that was just a typo or if they only had 1 or 2. Like, that's what sucks about that. John, the Toro, the Toro's coming out in July, so I don't know, man. You know what, dude? Just cancel your order. I'll talk to you offline. Cancel, but I would cancel it and save it for the Toro. But I'll chat with you. Cream soda is a good one. Yeah, John. I because it ain't no telling, man. You be sitting on that back order for a while, but yeah, I'd wait for that Toro. That Toro will be out in here in a couple weeks. Nice, nice Prudence Placencia. Wonder if you're gonna see old Ed Reed because he's a huge Placencia guy too. You want to smoke a medium? Have you smoked the Alma del Campo? So the three big ones, you got the red one, which is the Alma del Fuego. I hate that cigar, but you might like it. The gray one, which is the Alma del Campo, which I think would be more up your alley. It's not really strong. Then the Alma Fuerte, which I think is the best, but it might be a little too strong for you right now. Alma del Campo, and then the Reserva Original that has the white band. Not the Cosacia 146, but the Reserva Original. I think you like that one and the Alma del Campo. I think you like both of those. Man, Jerome, I used to be, man, I don't know, man. Like, cause Ezra's one of those companies, dude. Like, so me and Kareem have discussed this a lot too. Y'all know I smoked that sawed-off shotgun. I liked that a lot. I thought that was a fantastic cigar. I wish it was readily available. I would have a couple 5-packs probably in the humidor. So I smoked that, signed up for their cigar of the month club, and just was not overall pleased with what I was getting. I felt like a lot of the cigars had a lot of the same flavor profile, or just weren't, the quality just wasn't up to what I thought my standard should be. So I ended up canceling it, man. I thought the coffee and stuff was really good, but in my experience, they're just okay, man. They're not, like I said, they're not bad cigars. But hell, to be honest, a lot of the regular line stuff, you know, if you do the cigar of the month club, you'll get one or two of the regular line cigars in different sizes. I got more enjoyment out of those than I did out of their specialty stuff. And then the price keeps going. The price has gone up over the years too. So you, John, you'll have to let me know about that powdered donuts. I had Oba by Perdermo. I'll check that out. Saw them drop, and I was gonna pull the trigger, but never had any of their sticks. So hell, yeah, it's just kind of, you know, I would say, of course, experience, having to experience, man. But like I said before, man, like a junkie that gets high for the first time and he's just chasing that high. Like I smoked that sawed-off shotgun and was so impressed, and then I just held on to the club for so many months, just hoping and praying that something else would hit me like that, and it just didn't. So yeah, I got out of that club a couple of months ago, but I mean, hey, I got a couple of friends that are in a group on Facebook I'm in, and they love Ezra Zion. So I don't knock it. Like, you know, some people like stuff and that I don't like, and I like stuff that some people don't like too. Damn squirrels. Never heard of them. Someone in my cigar group posted, figured I'd try it, Ron. I got a 5-pack if you like to try it. Okay, that'd be cool too. You gonna see too, John, man. They do a really good job at marketing and the labels and everything, make the cigar look really nice. But I think when I just smoked them, man, I just was like, it's not equaling what I feel like what I'm paying for. All right, t-shirt guy. Yeah, as of right now, it's fuck Gurkha, but you know, we'll see how they respond and how they treat this whole situation. But I'm not a big Gurkha cigar smoker anyway, so it ain't bothering me. Jessica from Cigar Prop said the Army Man one was good. I might try this cigar of the month. I tried the red and the blue one. Mystical sent me a blue one, two of them. I enjoyed the red one. The blue one was pretty good. And he sent me a knife fight, and I didn't like that one at all. I thought that one was not that good. But couple of other ones I tried. I still got a Lucille sitting around in there. I still got a couple. I still have like 4 or 5 Ezra cigars that I have in my humidor. Maybe I'll review that Lucille on the channel or something. I don't know. I've heard good things about the Lucille, so we'll see. I'll show you guys too. I got another ashtray, a newer one. I think I got another pretty Jerome's. I know you're a Drew Estate fan. You're gonna love what I got coming in, man. You'll see it on some upcoming videos. I got a nice Drew Estate piece coming in. Sorry, blend worth the secondary price. Nope, I wouldn't pay secondary. I wouldn't pay anything over retail for blends. I think it's a good bourbon, but that's another. I just pretty much got out of the bourbon market. It's just ridiculous, man. What people are paying for these bottles of El Martí Lee going for $200-300, and it's a $30 bottle. It's like it's ridiculous, man. And there's so much good stuff sitting on the shelf that doesn't have a secondary value. Colonel Taylor, um, Heaven Hill makes a lot of good stuff. Four Roses has some really good strength or some really good barrel proof bourbons. Noah's Mill. There's a lot of good bourbons out there that don't have a secondary market value. So that's why I was like, man, I've never been that big. The only time I really got big into paying for bourbon is so Old Forester comes out with a birthday bourbon every year, and I was really getting caught up in that. So I was buying every year the birthday bourbon. But other than that, man, I never paid that much for Pappy Van Winkle. Never overpaid for Buffalo Trace Antique Collection. That just ain't my thing. I've only had a few asses in a long time. I'm not an infused guy at all. I just don't like how they taste. I did. Uncle Nearest is good too. Yeah, John, the Opus X. There's the Opus X line is one of them. There's a couple of Davidoff. It's like, man, it's nah. At least with bourbon, as long as it stays sealed, it stays good, and bourbon will last a lot longer. Like you buy $100 cigar or Opus X, if you wait 10 years to smoke it, it's gonna lose what it had. It's just what it is. Yeah, I thought this was a pretty good ashtray too, man. I just wanted something with a deep bowl in it where it could collect some like sometimes you get ashtrays and they just too shallow. And but I got a really, really nice one coming in. I already know when Jerome sees it on the video, I'm gonna get a comment about that. Oh, you can find it. This is a Habanos y Hermanos ashtray. You can find it on Amazon. So you look up Habanos and Hermanos. They got a couple different ones. This was like their biggest one, so that's why I got this one. Price wasn't bad. I think it was like $30 or something like that. Yeah, the Acid 20 is the only infused cigar I've been able to finish. Most of them at the first third, I'm pitching. I can't do it. So Patron liquor at the store, and I was like, "Is that not a cigar brand?" Then I thought, "Wait, there is a Patron. Probably Patron, the tequila." How old are they, Jerome? John, I got ashtrays all over the place, man. All over the place. I need to. That's why I said I need to do something with some of these. I got too many ashtrays. Vic, what's going on, brother? Glad you. Yeah, I'm gonna stay up until I finish smoking this Cohiba Robusto. I've probably been up about 45 minutes now, so about right. I'll probably take me about a little bit over an hour to smoke it. But how are you doing this morning? Really looking forward to your show tonight too, man. If y'all aren't following High Desert Man, make sure to follow him every other Friday. Him and Caesar and Robert from Smoking Lead. They do a live show called Triple Cap. They have Steve from Los Caitos coming on tonight. I'm a really big fan of Steve. Got to talk to him on the phone in the past. He's a really nice guy, man. He supports first responders. He's just a great guy. I think that show is gonna be great, man. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm glad I'm off work where I can sit down and watch it without having to worry about going out and making calls. Elijah Craig is good too. If you haven't had Larceny, Bernheim, Wheat Whiskey, um, Eagle Rare, there's quite a few good bourbons out there. Basil Hayden is a good smooth one. Jay, what is going on, brother? I appreciate that. I'm glad you're able to catch the live stream. Hopefully you've been enjoying. Seem like you're enjoying all the content, man. We got a lot of stuff coming out. I got the Liga 10th anniversary review will be out here soon. CAO Flathead. I like those cigars. They're just the ring gauge is a little bit too big for me, but I think they're good cigars though. I eat Heath bars all the time. Candy dish at work full of them. See, I knew we had something in common, Prunes. I love those, but that's a candy bar you don't hear a lot of people talking about. But for cigars, they're perfect. I only have one cut of glass bottle and half. Oh, Well, John, we talk offline, man. I'll probably send you one, man. I got too many of them laying around. I need to get rid of some of these things. It just and if you like Placencia cigars, don't use that ashtray that they have. If you buy a box, the older ones they're revamping the boxes now where they don't come with the included ashtray. But those ashtrays are garbage, man. They're terrible. I had 3 of them. I just threw them in the recycling bin. No, Mike, I haven't seen your ashtray. What does it look like? And Vic, I'm smoking me just a Cohiba Robusto. It's been fantastic. No draw issue. It's always not, it's always nice when you get a Cuban that performs like a New World cigar, man. Haven't had to use and I don't know, Vic, if you saw too, I used to get made fun of all the time because I didn't have a perfect draw tool. But thanks to a few of my supporters, man, they hooked your boy up, man, where I can get me a perfect draw tool. So I'm really appreciative of that. Hopefully I don't have to use it. All right, Thomas, man, you have a good day at work, man. Bacon Spice, man. Team Bacon Spice. Just do a giveaway on the channel. Man, I could, but then I could send them to people I like too, man. That'd be for me. That's a lot more personable and preferred method. Like I said, the giveaways and stuff are cool, man. But I don't want my channel just being built up on that. So I'd much rather just surprise people with gifts and just stuff like that. Like that's more me. Got a bottle of Larceny and Jameson Black Barrel. If you like Irish whiskey, Fred, it's gonna be a little bit more expensive, but once you drink a bottle of Redbreast 12, you ain't gonna drink Jameson. And that Redbreast is where it's at. Vic, you've been smoking a lot longer than me. I've been smoking 5 years and never used one. And for the most part, I feel like I've thrown away some cigars, but they always mess with me about it, so I was able to get it. What's going on, brother Sanchez? Are you trying to run Monsters? I haven't tried that. Slick, what's going on, family? I appreciate that donation too, brother. Yeah, John, it's more personable for me. I'd much rather send you an ashtray or somebody like Fred or Prudence or somebody I know. I'd rather send them something than nothing than randomly sending it to somebody else. So that's just me. Okay, Mike, I'll check it out. All right, Fred, I got you too, man. I think I got enough around. I got you too. I see what I can come up with. I appreciate you, Slick. What you got on the menu today? I know you're gonna be up too. I've been in the mood to try to catch. I told my younger brother about your channel too. I talked to him last week, man. He got into Funko Pops when the virus hit. So I went over there to visit my mom, man. She had hip surgery a little bit over a week ago. So I stopped over there to see my brother's living with my mom. And so I was stopping over there to talk to him, man. He pulled me into the room and was showing me all the Funko Pops. I said, man, you need to follow my guy Slick. And then I showed him one of your videos where you had the Funkos all on the back wall. So I think I was telling him to follow you, and I told him, I said, man, if you just comment, just tell him you Ron Reels, brother. He'll know who you are. Yeah, Redbreast. I'm telling you, once you drink some Redbreast, you ain't gonna want no Jameson no more. You can cancel that. Person with the ring gauge sense. No, hey, Ventez, a lot of people don't like big ring gauge cigars. And just like a lot of people do. A lot of people don't like small ring gauge cigars. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go check that one. I'll go check it out, Mike. See what you got over there. Alex, what's going on, fam? Just got finished smoking me a cigar. Me and my wife, baby, will be born on Tuesday. Man, that's congratulations on that again, too, man. Nothing like being a father, man. That's my greatest accomplishment, man. I get to see my son running around the house and stuff, and this just like a really good feeling when like, all right, man. Like I remember telling my wife when he was born that if something happened to me now, like I'm completely fine because I know my son will grow up and be able to help take care of you. And excuse me, then it's just cool looking at a little person that looks like you and stuff, man. It's nothing like being a father, man. Okay, bet 50. I'm gonna be in the building, man. Be showing that support too. Preacher, what is going on? Congratulations on hitting 300 subs too, man. Y'all give a round of applause for Preacher, man. You hit 300 subs the other day. I'm proud of him, man. I'm seeing what you're doing on the channel too, man. I like that. Like I say all the time, I like seeing growth. I like seeing progression. I like people that are jumping outside of the box, trying to do stuff different. It's just different, man. You see the person doing something for 2 or 3 years, and it's the same thing. There's no progression. Same thumbnail, same way they do stuff. It's just like there's no progression. Depends on the time they have. Might have a smoke a Robusto or 770. That is what's up, man. Yeah, man. Congrats to him, man. I'm very, very happy to see that he's another channel that needs a lot more attention than what it's getting. He's a great dude, funny as hell, smokes, and he smokes some really good cigars. He doesn't think his palate is good. I think it is because, so my thing is too, at least for me personally. So when I think somebody says says a good palate, like, so Preacher may not be saying like something tastes like buttered popcorn or a caramel sundae or whatever shit you want to call it, but he can point out the notes, and then the most important thing is he's honest about it, and his recommendations are spot on. I feel like our palate is really close. A lot of cigars that he reviews that he likes, I end up liking, and then when I'm smoking them, I can see what he's talking about. Like something maybe sweet, I might know specifically what it tastes like, but I'm like, it is sweet, it is spicy, it is peppery, it is woody. So I think his palate is really good too. And another review, I watched your review too, Preacher, and I gained even more respect for you too, because I know he's a Pravada Club member, and he reviewed the Cookie Monster, and he didn't care for the cigar that much. Now it's just nice seeing somebody that's not afraid to say like, look, man, I support this club, I like this club, but all the cigars they release aren't home runs. All the cigars they release aren't good. So sometimes you hear stuff and people just trying to cover up stuff, man. Like everything is good. Like I know every cigar that I like, somebody might go out there and may not think it's good, but so I always appreciate the honesty, man. I think that's a quality that not a lot of reviewers have, unfortunately. It's great being a dad. I'm expecting my second child. No, that's awesome, man. My son's birthday is in November too, so that's a good month. I enjoy being a dad too, man. Nothing like it. Yeah, he reviewed the Cookie Monster, John. I think it'll be a good review. Or if you want to, sometimes I'll smoke the cigar and then go back and watch the review. If you want to jot down some, or if you liked it or not, and then go back and write the review. But being a reviewer too, you could watch you could watch something and still smoking and still have your own opinion. My son's birthday is on the 23rd of November. So Prudence, so it sounds like from you more of a mild to medium smoker. So like Basil Hayden was mentioned earlier, Buffalo Trace, the special reserve, the green label is not gonna hit your pockets too hard, not very strong, but good. Um, I think I don't know how much wine you drink, but like I said, personally, I drink more red wine with my cigars now, or Scotch, than I do bourbon. And then I even drink, I drink Scotch, rums, and red wines more than I do bourbons now. Bruce, what's going on? Hey, smoking a Cuban today and not having to use this thing. It's a great day. Like I was telling somebody earlier, hopefully I don't have to use this thing. Ventez didn't like the Cookie Monster either. Iron Mo, what is going on? Shout out to you in Australia, man. Glad to have you here. Do you own a cigar shop? No, I don't own a cigar shop, and I don't have any plans on it. But you just never know. Never know what'll happen, but that's not my plan, though. Mine's on the 9th. My grandma's the 8th, born during the fishing trip. Well, I think my father's a good cigars. I like the Lanceros. I like the Lee Bijou 1922. My father makes a really underrated Connecticut that is very good. Overall, they're a solid brand. November 30th, and my new child may be born on her birthday. That'd be wild if that happens. Yeah, Bruce, I'm finally prepared, but you know what? Actually, I'm not. I still don't have a humidimeter, so I don't have nothing to thoroughly check the temperature or the humidity on my cigars. So I'm still missing a few tools, but y'all know, man, I'm not really a huge tool guy, but I figured this one was something I definitely needed, though. But hopefully, I don't have to use this thing. All right, Jerome, you have a good day too, man. Thank you for stopping in. Big Cal, what's going on? December 2nd. Oh yeah, y'all right out. Yeah, y'all all together. Oh yeah, it's not about you no more, Fred. Your shit over. You got to look towards Father's Day. All right, Chaz, man. You take care, man. Be good. Y'all be sure to hit that like or dislike button, man, before y'all get out of here too, man. Whatever y'all want to hit, y'all smash it. Cigar Toes going on, fam. I gotta catch up on your content too. Cigar Toes, another channel out there that's doing some good stuff, man. It's not just always reviews. You're gonna have a lot of different content. I gotta watch the last one about equality. It's another channel, man. Y'all gotta check him out too. That's a good one too, Prudence. So another trick of the trade for me, like you'll learn too. So if some bourbons if you feel like if you're not drinking it with ice, like I drink my stuff neat, but you might drink it with ice, so you might be okay. But if you're drinking it neat, you can pour your little droplet of water in there to try to tone it down. But that Elijah Craig shouldn't be that bad for you. Best to start your collection of cigars. I'm new to this. Just I would just say, how long you been smoking, Sanchez? How long you been smoking? Not a problem, Cigar Toes, man. Like I said, like I mentioned about Fred's channel earlier, man. We all need to subscribe and support each other, man. That's because you got to think about this too. We all love the cigar community, so the more people that we support and bringing in and building up, like Ron Real, I might not bring content every day. I might come out Monday. Fred might come out Tuesday. Cigar Toes might be out Wednesday. So eventually, if we all are supporting each other and stuff, you're gonna have an endless amount of good content. So, Jay Zanika, what's going on, family? I appreciate that. Top of the morning. Appreciate that donation, brother. 1 month. I don't want to be that guy that said that'll say, don't worry about starting a collection this soon, because I'm one of those guys that I'm always jumping in the deep end of something first. But I would just say, man, just focus on just trying to smoke different things and finding out what you like. I wouldn't want to commit to boxes or a lot of the same cigars so early on in my cigar smoking journey. I would just go out and just enjoy being able to buy 1 or 2 cigars, different things, and just enjoying it that way. Classic Impala, what's going on, man? How you doing? Yeah, my sneaker fam up in here too, man. I appreciate y'all supporting, man. Move towards coffee and cognac. Bourbons are not as good for me these days. Cigar. I used to be a big bourbon guy too. For me, a lot of the times it's too easy to overpower the cigar. So that's why I'm starting to do more red wine, more scotch, cognac, bourbon or rum, something that's a little bit softer that could kind of help complement that cigar a little bit. All right, John. Yeah, I'll holler at you on Instagram. I'll shoot you a message here later too. I got you. I'm gonna take care of you. Cigars been good. Cigars been good, man. Ain't got no complaints on this one. You know what? I knew John was gonna say something about that Impala when he saw that. I'm gonna have to get me a bubble top too. It's gonna take me a while though, unless I can find me a deal like John. But is anybody smoking right now? Y'all all at work? Feel like sometimes I come up in the morning time, man. Y'all all be getting to the paper, man. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that, classic. You gotta get to that bag, man. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I was talking to old school the other day on the phone, man. He's like, man, I'm sorry I ain't been catching your content. Hey man, everybody got a life, everybody got stuff going on. I understand it, man. You gotta get to that bag. I play golf almost every day, and I want a cigar on one of the nines. Get expensive here in Canada. Man, I'm gonna be honest, man. Yeah, y'all taxes there are crazy. I would say probably. I don't know. You've been smoking for a month, so try to get on some Cuban cigars. I think those might be a little cheaper. You start getting into the Padrones and Opus X in Canada, you spending a lot of money. I would do some Cuban cigars since you can get them readily available. Bruce mentioned the Undercrown Sun Grown. And Sanchez, that might be another thing. I don't know if you follow me on Instagram. If you message me on Instagram, I'll be able to give you more of a list. Or just check on my channel. If you look on my channel in my catalog, I did top 5 cigars I recommended for beginners. It's only like a 5 or 6 minute video. It's not a long watch at all. So there might be something you want to check out. Got to take this smoke break. I got a Placencia ashtray when I bought this 5-pack, and I gave most of the sticks away in the ashtray. When you know better, you do better. Facts. That ashtray is terrible. It looks nice, but whoever came up with that design need to be beat. That how the tray sits, you can't sit if the cigar is brand new, it sits in there fine. But once you're smoking it, if you're sitting there, the cigar will burn the wood and stuff. It's just a terrible design. Slick, appreciate that, man. This may sound stupid, but do you inhale or you just no, you don't inhale cigars. You just so you're gonna get the effects of it through your oral cavity or through your mouth, and then when you retrohale through your sinus cavities, that's how you're gonna get the feeling that you get. You inhale them, you're gonna kill yourself. But no, you don't inhale it. I'll send you a video on Instagram too that won't be too long that'll kind of just give you a brief breakdown of everything. But no, you don't inhale it. Smoked the Padron 1926 number 2 and dark and drank some Remy with it. Oh yeah, I bet that was good. That's like I was saying, if I don't smoke the 1926 80th anniversary, I like that number 2 Bellicoso off the chain. Let's see what we got here. Gray would do. My son has 1 million Funko. Prudence Slick. You see, he just did the donation. He's another guy. He's another channel I think you like too. He does Funko Pops. He has a wave channel for hair. Y'all see, I ain't got that problem though. I ain't got no waves. I used to though, but not like Slick. He does current events. He'll do live streams about current events. He's just an overall solid channel. He's based out of St. Louis. I think you'll dig his channel. It's called Slick 50 TVs. SLK 50 TV. I appreciate that, John. You're gonna be the first. If I get that, when I get that bubble top, you're gonna be the first person to get a picture of it. Boulevard Petite Coronas, very good recommendation. Often I find them to be quite slow burning. They are, and not super expensive. Great cigar. I got half a box left upstairs. Brother Eric, what's going on? No, not like cigarettes at all. So this is the whole thing I want to talk about too. So that's a good thing that Slick mentioned it. I hate when I'm at work or I'm out somewhere and people turn their nose up when they see you smoking a cigar. Cigarette smoking and cigar smoking, and Eric can tell you this too. My video guy, my friend Eric, can tell you this too. He's a cigarette smoker. Completely different experience. Cigarette smokers, I know y'all seen the guys that'll come outside real quick, light a cigarette up, hit it a couple times, and pitch out a cigarette. You're not gonna really find, or unless they're weird, you're not gonna find a cigar smoker that's gonna do anything like that. So cigarette smokers are there to get the nicotine rush, or unless they've been smoking for a long time and it's just they need something in their hand, it's just a habit. Cigar smoking is more of a lifestyle, more Slick. You know how our personalities are, we're just more laid back, more reserved, just kind of chilling. So cigar smoking to fit right in line for your lifestyle. Just kind of pop your seat, man, pour you a glass or two or whatever, had a TV on, just sitting back and relaxing. That's why I always say the name of the game is relaxation and enjoyment. Cigar smoking is just a lifestyle, just all about enjoyment and relaxation. Hell yeah, Jays and Nike. Happy Juneteenth for sure. If you inhale a cigar, you will be you're gonna be sick if you do that. Ale, what's going on, man? All right, John, man, you enjoy that smoke. Oh, you got a second channel coming too? Okay. I'm gonna have to check that one out too. Or like I said, my brother gonna be all over that. It's like when the virus hit, and then he was like, "You still like Batman?" I'm like, "Yeah, I like Batman." So he's like, "All right, I'm gonna get you this. They got this big one that's $100." I'm like, "Man, you ain't got to spend all that money for me, man, to get a Funko Pop." But so I guess at some point I will have a Funko Pop. He probably will end buying it for me for my birthday. I watch Preacher reviews, the Drew Estate sampler pack he got from Black Line. I really like the infused Drew Estate cigar. Prudence, you already know who to go through, and you already know the discount link. Slick 50 got a nice record collection too. Hey, Slick, that's what I'm gonna have to talk to you about. Cause all right, so y'all know, like I'm younger, but I still, y'all know I like older stuff. So I had one for a while, but it was so raggedy that I just ended up throwing it out. So you know how you got you'd be in the old house and you'd have the piece of the furniture that have the piece of wood that lift up that had the record player. So I want to get one of those that converts over where I can have the cable that I can hook my iPad or my phone in and play music through it too, but still be able to play records. So I want to get into records too. That's one of the hobbies I want to get into too. I got a lot of respect for vinyl. I like vinyl stuff. Austin, what's going on, brother? How you doing over there, man? Cigar Toes, I appreciate that donation, fam. Seriously do. You guys don't know that helps out a lot, man, especially with YouTube hating on. Y'all know, man. Y'all content creators know that YouTube just hates on cigar channels, man. Hey, do that slick, and then shit, pour you up a nice cup of brown or something with it too. I think you're gonna enjoy it. Get you to get some time where you're away from the kids and everybody, where you got some time to sit back. Man, if you could smoke in your house, that would be, I know that would be cool too. You'd be on the live stream. I'm telling you, it's gonna put you in a whole different mindset, man. You're just gonna be super relaxed. Their heart rate gonna drop. You're gonna be chilling. Had the Padron 1926 Robusto here waiting for after dinner. A good after dinner smoke. Hey Tom, ain't nothing wrong with that, man. You got to pay them bills. Good morning, Latanya. How you doing? That's what the second channel is about, Funko Pops and record vinyl. All right, I'm gonna follow that too, because I'm gonna be trying, not so much for the Funkos, but I'm gonna be trying to get some knowledge on their record, on their vinyl. I've heard the California cigar tax is crazy too. I'm sure it is. I think here in Tennessee right now it's like 6%, and they're trying to pass a bill to bring it up to 17%. So we're gonna have to try to turn that bill over. Another good thing about Black Line too is they're based out of Pennsylvania, and Pennsylvania doesn't have cigar tax. So that's another thing I mentioned to you guys too. When y'all are ordering from Black Line, there's no tax there. They don't have any tax. And on top of you being able to use the discount code, it's like, and the shipping is very fast. Bruce knows. Bruce is a believer of Black Line now too. I'm telling y'all, man, y'all can save yourself some money. Regal, hey, I missed you on the last live stream. I was catching my playback, looking at some stuff. I saw you got in the chat, and that was this. I apologize, man. I said, damn, Regal was in the chat, and I didn't even speak to him. What's going on, man? You had me dying rolling when I was listening to those disc records, man. That was some good shit there. Coworker introduced me to cigars. He gave me an Arturo Fuente. That's mostly what I've been on. Good cigar too. That's the Fuente short stories, the Hemingways, all that stuff solid. Jason, like you already know, all you gotta do is reach out to me too. I can give you a long list of stuff you can go try too. Yeah, Austin, I was smoking the Cohiba Robusto. I was trying to show the black light where you can see the codes, but I got too much light in the room where it wouldn't show it. That's why I cannot wait to smoke summer samples, because I don't know what my palate is. I just like what I like, as long as it's smooth. Yeah, that's gonna come with some time, Prue. Like it took me a couple of years to really start honing in and start really picking up on flavors and stuff like that. Yeah, it's been good too. Draw's been phenomenal. It's been good. Colorado just upped their tax, and shippers allegedly will have to pay it. Yeah. That's another thing. Like, so I'll buy some cigars here sometimes locally just to make sure the doors are staying open. But most of my purchases are going through Black Line. It's weird because they're in Pennsylvania. I'm in Tennessee. Normally he can get things out 2 days, but it usually take 3 days for me. But still, for me, I got enough stuff where 3 days ain't gonna bother me. And then I know I'm getting a good deal on it too, so it always helps. Can often tell Cubans from the look of the wrapper and ad. Yeah, that ash for sure is usually a giveaway. The second channel is up and running. Is popping vinyl. Everybody go subscribe. Let me go subscribe too before let me go support my guy, man. Got to support the good people, man. I can't say that enough. Got to make sure the good people stay around. All right, Slick. I'm subscribed up, man. You already got 18 videos on it. What's the coupon code for Black Line? I will give them a try. Eric, it's a 10% off. You won't be able to get 10% off the sampler, but anything else you buy from the website, you use the code and put it in for y'all again. It's Ron sent me, and it'll give you 10% off. I don't make anything from it. This is solely for you guys, man. The benefit of y'all. Hey, nothing wrong with that. You might be able to drink, Prudence, you might be able to get on some stronger stuff. If you put in some ice in, you might be able to tolerate it. So y'all see what finally went out on me doing too much damn talking. Y'all saw what Bruce said. He got his in 2 days, and he lives in Wisconsin, and Black Line is in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I feel like I missed somebody. I saw a name and didn't say what's up, man. Make sure I ain't miss nobody. That's Damon. What's going on, brother? Can you recommend a good Calibra? Want to try one? Try the Partagas Calibra. That's probably the more readily available. The Partagas or the Partagas Cuban Calibra. I think Caldwell did a Calibra, but it's kind of hard to find them now. I would say the Partagas is going to be the more popular one and probably the better one. Yeah, Austin said Partagas Calibra. Yeah, yep, that'd be the one I would recommend. There are some New World ones, but they're very rare. They're gonna be hard to find. Like I know Oliva V did a Calibra, Tatawahe Black Label had a Calibra, but those are really hard to find. But it's cool though, man. I've been catching up on a lot of people's content or a lot of newer people's content. I see it's a lot of new cigar reviewers coming out, man, in the past 3 or 4 months. I've seen quite a few channels pop up, so that's cool, man. I think that's great. Helps the community out. But looks like it's kind of nice outside, man. I think I'm gonna enjoy my backyard for a little bit, man. Been up for an hour 15. Still probably got about another 10 or 20 minutes on this cigar. So good burn time on this. If you could find these, but just the price is gonna be probably one. That's the only reason why I would say probably steer clear of it for if you haven't had a lot of experience with Cubans. I would probably gear towards some different ones. Because I think a box of 25 of these runs around $350 somewhere in that neighborhood. So I would say there's some other ones I would recommend first. All right, Robert. Yeah, I'm right behind you, man. I'm finna get up out of here and get outside too and enjoy the sun while I got some energy. You were the first cigar channel I follow. Keep up the great work. I appreciate that, man. That means a lot to me. Like I said, I ain't going nowhere, man. I'll be here for the long haul, and hopefully in a year or two, man, we'll see where this channel goes, see what the content is looking like, man, and just appreciate all y'all supporting, man. And seriously, smoke one in public, you'll have everyone passing you asking if you sat on his. All right, Sanchez. $350 for a box of 25 or it's 25 in it, Slick. Oh, that's not even that expensive. Austin could tell you there's some Cubans out there. A Bahique 52, a box of 10 will run you $700, $800, and that's minimum. There's some expensive ass cigars out there, man. Took the day off just relaxing and running errands, smoking and sipping later. That sounds like what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna kind of relax. I think I got a few errands I got to run too. I'm gonna catch up with Vic the High Desert Man and his Triple Cap show later. Catch Slick 50 live. I got some stuff going on too, so I gotta get off here and run me some errands. So I make sure I'm catching up to everybody's stuff later on, man. Austin's always good with the knowledge on the Cubans, man. Y'all pay attention to what he's writing because I'm co-signing all the stuff he's recommending. All those cigars are good. Facts, Slick. Yeah, Slick. Facts. So y'all make sure to sub up to Slick 50, man. If y'all want to catch up with current events, he does vinyl. I'm gonna get into that too. Had Cigar Toes in here, Cigar Head TV over there, cigar reviewers. Had a couple of Vic the High Desert, man. It's a lot of people in here that got channels, man. Y'all make sure to support up and sub up to these guys. And like I said, make sure you got to sub up and support them. Make sure they keep their lights on, man. Just my legs coming. You can find me on Facebook on my Cigar Toes page. Okay, Toe. Okay, I'm gonna check you out too, man. I like seeing it, man. Y'all definitely support the brother Slick, man. He's a good, solid dude, man. If y'all like me, y'all will fall in line. I think y'all will like Slick too. Jay's and Nike didn't have content, but that's my dog too, man. Jay, you already know how to reach out to me, man, if you need anything. But yeah, man, I'm gonna get up out of here. Shit, I need to cut this grass too need to get on top of this grass too, man. So man, yeah, I may be up later tonight. I don't know yet. It's gonna depend on, like I said, if the mailman drops off the cigar. If it's up later on, I'll be doing a live cigar review of the Aladino Corojo Reserva. If not, y'all be out on the lookout for the Liga 10th anniversary for the third video in the Drew Estate sampler. I appreciate all you guys again. Thank you for all the donations. Really means a lot to me. Hey, man, we're going places, man. So y'all already know the name of the game is relaxation and enjoyment. And y'all don't forget to be driven, never motivated. We're going to catch y'all on this next one. Y'all be good. Stay safe. Love y'all.